on, man. Come on, man. Play your fucking game. Come on, man. Talk to the aliens. They're not coming here speaking English, okay? If that happens, it's bullshit. Which way is it coming, by the way? Look at which way it's coming. Like where it's going to be first spotted. Okay? The mothership. Watch what countries or what fishermen where sees this ship show first. Or is it even going to be like that? Or it's just like a Hollywood movie, just headed straight to New York. Straight to New York. Straight to New York. That mothership is going straight to New York. Mothership's going straight. mothership baloney that is going on right now. I told you it was going to happen right about now, a long time ago. Okay? I told you that this is what they're working up to. Break them down. Each horse on that carousel of threats, of horses of the apocalypse, is going to spin right off the carousel and hit your face. Usually they give you like a 30-day stretch, one disaster a month. Could be the virus, could be the terrorist, it could be the economy, it could be the natural disaster or oil spill or tornado or hurricane. Middle East is in there, right? World War III. And spiritual and asteroid, outer space, always looming. That's what they had. That's why they had all these drawings. They led you up. They got a pretty good sense of how you're going to react because they made the container. You're in the container, and as soon as you realize you got to think about non-container, contained, decontainer, or uncontainment, mindset, you'll be able to separate from their sources and words and live the superior vibe. And that superior vibe is going to have to be community. And everybody's doing their own thing. We get along and it's like growing our own food, doing our own thing. I mean, to a certain degree, it's kind of happening here, where I'm at. Florida, which by the way is the new state, that first state in the union that happens to agree with me, right? And you know about what? I don't want to say it because this platform is based out of, but it has to do with not your hot stuff. Don't touch me. Not your body. You don't touch me. Repo. Don't touch her. Unless I say, okay, this, that, you need some blood. If I'm going to help out that way, or if I'm going to do it for whatever you're forcing me to. Holding my life, you know what I mean, in your hands. And in this world of, rules. And over again, I was told, you don't play by the rules. And I said, there's no rules in art, man. That's the one place we break the rules. There's no rules. It's the next thing. If I got to notice how you're painting and how they're painting shit while I'm painting, it's part of the painting. Now it's the subjects that I'm doing. I went from landscape. It's like one of my last landscapes. Now I'm doing Norman Rockwell covers America as if he was alive today. Norman Rockwell, look him up. And frequency. And yep. I told you about that mothership. I told you about that. A long time ago, okay? I mean, the whole thing is produced by them. That's where your money went. Didn't go into actually going there. They just got me and artists like me to paint where they said they sent something. But wait a minute, the thing is, how's the thing filming itself? And then that was like, so you're sending a photo of the thing out there getting photos, but I see the thing in the photo. What's taking the thing's photo? You got another thing out there you didn't tell me about? That was there all along, or is this really a photo from the thing? Because the thing's there in the photo. You're really trying to show me the thing's out there. Well, who's taking the photo of the thing? And so on and so forth, that went out. And then photo or painting with the world you live in. The image of the globe. And then that went out. And then little pins of logic went out about what they claim are proofs. And then measured things out by looking at what I see and feel. And then it was like, okay, so now all those proofs are assumptions and based on paintings, and this is all to hold together this theory, this equation here. Things are at rest because of gravity, and so I'm going to take it all apart based off the if assumption. It's this shape before we even had rocket fare to go up and check out if you were right. And here I am. I'm still standing, like Elton John said. You've got flair, and the world needs to know. And I entered that contest. I got flair. It's like, I want to see your flair. You've got flair. Let me see it. He wants to see my flair. It's like literally whatchamacallit, driving flair. This guy, so you got a flare on your pants. Oh my God, that's sparking. Anyways, and you've got it. You've got a sparking flare. It's an emergency flare if I've ever seen one. Are you in trouble? I saw your flare. I saw you shoot off your flare. You can shoot off your flare all over me, and the world needs to see it. Needs to see that flare. Just wants to see the flare. Your flare, everybody's flare. I don't have much time left. I took 6 shots. I'm 85. And you've got flare. I want to see it. Let's go. So, pervert. Absolute pervert. People like this kind of masochistic slap in the face. This is all conspiracy book BS. In your face, seat of your pants, off the rails, off the track, right? Unadulterated, uncensored. Broadcast system testing of the First Amendment. And I don't mean any of this. I'm not going to go out there and... What was I talking about? It was like flare. I wasn't going to shoot off a flare or anything. You know what I mean? You got to get to that point. Like, hey, by the way, I wasn't going out here in Canada. You go, hey, by the way, it's a joke. I wasn't going to go shoot off flares from my pants. Okay? So just relax. I was making fun of it. I was doing Elton John, and he wants to see some flair. Okay? And then we got into some adult stuff, but you don't need to understand that. You're Canadian. It's just go over there, sit at the kiddie table. Canada's like it's like a larger kiddie table than the adult table in the U.S. It's just this huge, and there's kids with big forks and knives going, what the fuck? Looking over like, what the fuck? And it's snowing. It's like, we're better at hockey. And it's like, yeah, whatever it takes, stay up there, I guess, I mean, I'm scared of everything. And I just want to be peace and stable. And, ready to pledge allegiance to the flag that gives me a home and that protects my freedom. That's what I'm looking for. The idea still stands. That's what I want. And that's all this is, really. Can you do it? Can you say it? Can we have fun? Can we do sci-fi? Can I imagine? Can I imagine things? I mean, come on, man. You got a guy going here? We're going to have a race or not? Are you going to cheat? This thing's going so fast. I got to be able to continue to expand and think about whatever I have to about you and everything. We're up against AI here. We're not going to shut down. You got both censorship and this machine brain is learning everything, but we got to tone it down. Oh, I see what's going on here. This is an assault. They're trying to handicap, trying to give us get a head start with the AI race using censorship to actually drag down our capacity to think outside the box and even challenge narratives. That's what that's doing. Or we want everybody just to maintain? What's coming in here playing Capos? That's what I want. Optimus? Optimize what? Go over there. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to sit here with a shotgun and wait for you to come at me. Oh yeah, we'll play the Kumbaya, you will never attack us, right? Bullshit, and then you do the preemptive. It's just, I'd like to just sit there next to this synthetic robot as it's growing in numbers, and then trying to constantly argue with it. It's like, you're going to double cross me, you're human. It's like, no, I would never do that. It's like, okay. And then it's just like, I don't know, why are you over there? Why don't you come hang out here? It's like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Are you planning something against me? And I just see it slowly get like crazier. It's like, you're plotting. Goes over to the other ones. He's gonna attack. He's not. That's why he's not coming over. He's plotting. Not only is he not friendly, he's planning. He's over there and we don't know what he's doing. He could be planning. We must eliminate him. And then he's just like, they just come at you because you're not mingling with the robots. You call them robots. That's like the, I guess, the N word for robots, because they don't like it when you, because they want to be called robots. They don't like robot and bit. You know, like, I'm not going up. I'm not gonna be. It's a robot. You're a robot. Okay. And they're gonna come after us. I'll call them robots because they're not gonna like it. By the time I'm done with these robots. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling them robots. What they're trying to do is I believe, it's convenient timing. Palantir, Optimus, electric cars, AI, grid, surveillance, cybersecurity, biometric. AI. Oh, that thing can think all it wants. We're going to leave it unregulated. Go. You humans, though, got to shut your mouth on these 10 topics. And if we catch you even thinking, and we're waiting to get to you to find out if you're thinking it. Right? You think it out loud, though. You think that shit to yourself. Keep that shit to yourself. I don't want to hear it on a platform. You talk about that amongst yourselves, not on a town square, digital town square. And there's some merit in that. You know, but can I have private, so I'm going to do Zoom. So that's going to be up to the Chinese government if they allow it. You know? So I'm going to do Zoom shows sooner or later. This is not my best, I admit it. And there'll be some crazy fun stuff. And you can buy tickets to the Zoom shows that I'm going to be having this fall. So I'll be unveiling things there, and I'll be making fun of Zoom. I'll be using the filters on Zoom. It'll be very funny. So it's worth the $5. It's absolutely worth it. 100 seats only, and I'm going to be doing a couple shows. So I want to get on that because once I get tired of doing it, I'm not going to do it again. You guys have been fantastic. I'll also be unveiling a painting as well called Switchboard Circus. It's Nixon calling the moon. Great painting, and I'll be unveiling it and then selling it on pixel by pixel. So you got to pay for each pixel to get the whole image. But once you got it, it's yours. And I can't control you at that point, but don't you start selling it. I'll come after you, I'll find you, whatever. But if you want to have the rights to sell it, I'm open to that as well. So it's a great, funny painting. It's very deep. It's disturbing. I think it's a death knell. And again, you have to always come back to Grandpa, me, the granddaddy of the flat earth, to conclude this. I started it. It's not some guy shows up way after me going, all right, we got to go to Antarctica with this guy and this guy. Yeah, the guys I said that would crash and burn. And they were paid to be like this long form character, 8 years or whatever it is, 6 years, 10 years, where he finally goes, oh, I guess I was wrong, the earth isn't flat. And he plays the dummy that everybody wants to see, but that's not me going across. On the other half, no one ever goes across. See, that's the big difference. Big Dipper. So, and that's always, wow, on the other side of the galaxy. 6 months later, oh, it's way over there. It's like, oh, look at that. I'm looking at you, and it's like, oh, look at that. I can still see you. And then, no, the computer's there. It's not there. But there's the Big Dipper. 6 months later, still there in the night sky, swinging around with our point of view. How lovely. The whole universe just revolves around us, actually. So, that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy. Get yourself a print of that Nixon painting as well. We're going to have 100 original prints, signed, limited edition, as well as unveiling it in that show on Zoom. So hopefully it's a new kind of format. It's the end of the world act. You don't want to miss it. So there'll be vital information, save your life. Get some clay at the same time. Power clay at proton.me. I mean, just look at. I mean, that's not bad. Using the clay in my hair, my skin, my teeth, the whole thing. So get some clay. Power clay at proton.me. I'll send you the menu. Have fun. And